Sam Alvey was out again over the weekend, and whilst the fight didn't turn out how he would have liked, he is still one of the more unusual fighters on the roster. Alvey lives a life like no other fighter, one which you wouldn't expect, and as such, Smilin' Sam is the happiest fighter currently on the UFC's books. Today, we are discussing Sam Alvey's joyfully wild life, so stay right where you are. First up, let's take a quick look at his career so far. Alvey has been a part of the UFC for the past 8 years, but actually began his career 6 years before getting the call from the biggest promotion around back in 2008. He went 14-2 at the beginning of his career before securing a contract with UFC rival Bellator, but only turned out twice for the young promotion. He spent the next few years bouncing around various smaller outfits before getting the call from Dana White, but his first fight for the organization ended in disappointment, losing a unanimous decision to Tom Watson. However, he picked his form up and won 7 of his next 9 fights, proving to the UFC's brass that they had made the correct decision in bringing him in. The past 5 years have been pretty rough on Alvey, however, as he has only won 3 out of 14 fights and none for more than 4 years. After last tasting success against Serra Longo fighter Gian Vellante, he has lost 8 out of his last 9 fights with 1 no contest, and at this point looks to be in very serious danger of being cut from the promotion. His last fight over this past weekend again ended in defeat, as he was finished by McKey Sullivan in the very first round. What have you guys made of Sam Alvey's career so far? Next up, we're discussing his family life. Sam met his wife, McKey Sullivan, at a fair in Wisconsin 17 years ago, and the couple has been busy raising their larger-than-average family ever since. Alvey explained that he and his wife made 3 promises to each other at the beginning of their relationship: to have as many children as possible, as many animals as possible, more on that in a second, and as many fights as possible. And it's safe to say they've made a pretty good go at all 3. Sam and McKey, who incidentally won season 11 of America's Next Top Model, currently have 6 children, all under the age of 10, and seem to have no plans to slow down anytime soon. McKey gave birth to their youngest just 2 months ago, and Sam even filmed the 22-hour labor so they could show Evander when he is old enough. Alvey said, "It was a beautiful day, and I wanted the kids to see how they were born," and it is his relationship with his children that he undoubtedly credits as the catalyst for his happiness. He has 5 biological children with McKey and 1 foster daughter, whom the couple officially adopted last year. These days, with the utter dedication and discipline being a professional mixed martial artist demands, it's rare to see a fighter taking such an active role in the lives of his children, but Alvey is all too happy to help with their music lessons, for example. Next up, it's his farm. Stay tuned. To say Sam and McKey are animal enthusiasts would be a huge understatement. The couple are proud owners of all sorts of creatures, from their 30 chickens, which used to actually live with them in the house, to the 3 black-bellied sheep, Hughes, Hefe, and Cease named. So it sounds like UFC when Alvey calls out to them. And the animals don't stop there. He also has 2 huge horses named Con and Whisper, as well as a hairless, one-eyed cat named Callie Kitty. The cat was a rescue, which just goes to show that the family can never have enough animals on Alvey Farm. As well as this, they have 2 turkeys, 3 dogs, 3 guinea hens, 3 other cats, 4 geese, and 6 ducks. The incredible haul of animals is topped off by a turtle who has been AWOL for the past month or so, but McKey refuses to believe he has simply up and left. I mean, why would he? Kevin, as he is known, was rescued at the side of the road and lives in a pond on their property, but hasn't been seen in a little while. We're sure he's fine. McKey proudly explains that herself and Sam have 63 heartbeats we have to take care of. She's counting the 6 kids in there too, but there is also a fellow fighter friend of Sam staying in the guest room, so that's 64. Incredible. We're not surprised Sam's so happy with so much life around him. So how has he learned to simply be happy? Let's see. Of course, being happy is a state of mind, and for many people, it isn't a choice, but it is for Sam Alvey. Since he was a child, his mother would always tell him, "Don't sweat the small stuff," and it's all small stuff, and he has taken that mantra into his adult life and then some. I mean, the man hasn't won a fight in more than 4 years, but he is ear-to-ear smiles when he explains these last few years haven't gone according to plan, and given the fact that his last fight over the past weekend was the last on his contract, it is likely that the UFC won't offer him a new deal given his poor recent form. He went on to explain, "This is probably it for me, even if I win, but it doesn't particularly seem to faze him." He counts his morning regime as one of the ways to ensure he is in a good mood from the start of the day, which sees him feed the aforementioned flock of animals that's called Alvey Farm home. He then prepares his own healthy breakfast, which has been designed with the help of UFC nutritionists, and it is his likable personality which has seen him retained in the organization even after not winning in more than 4 years. It pays to be nice sometimes, right? What do you guys make of Alvey's approach to life? Next up, Alvey has released a statement after Saturday's loss. Stay with us. Alvey took to the octagon for the 24th and possibly final time on Saturday night, lasting just 1 minute 56 seconds, as McKey Sullivan got the job done. on. The fight also signaled the last one of his current deal, and after the disappointing bout, Alvey took to Instagram to post a picture of his war wound saying, "I swear I used to be good. I lost a step somewhere, but my family got to see me fight live. I'm fine, but my pride hurts right now. Love you guys, even the haters." Alvey also revealed how matchmaker Mick Maynard has suggested he should retire from the sport as he lacks the competitiveness he showed in his earlier UFC career. He said, Maynard, said, "We recommend you retire afterwards, but we'll let you fight out the last fight on your deal. It was kind of like you're probably not going to retire, but we're going to say we recommend it. We'll see what happens." And Sam went on to explain why the UFC let him carry on after not winning a fight in so long, saying they were rewarding him for taking fights that other fighters might not have taken, saying he was told, "Short notice, you've gone across seas. You've always shown up, and your fights are always entertaining," before explaining, and on top of all that, Maynard, said, "You are a joy to work with. What do you think is next for Alvey?" And finally, news of a pretty rough injury for Smilin' Sam. As the fight got underway on Saturday night, Sam Alvey has revealed that the very first punch thrown by his opponent actually broke his jaw. The injury is one Alvey is all too familiar with after being kicked in the face during training by Sean Strickland back in 2015 and revealing the injury on TikTok shortly after the fight. Alvey went on to say he has made his peace with not being the greatest fighter to have ever lived, before saying, "To tell you, it hurts saying out loud, oh goodness, I was convinced I could beat anybody at any time. I guess not." Sam claimed that he still loves what he does, which suggests he might not retire after all, but it is unlikely he will turn out for the UFC again. Admitting he still loves what he does, he went on to say, "Although at this current moment, I have a broken jaw from the first punch he hit me with. Son of a expletive. I'm likely getting my mouth wired shut. I've got to tell you, I wouldn't have picked a different career if I had the opportunity years ago." As usual, thanks for dropping in today, and remember to swing by again next time for some more fun reveals. And why not do us a solid by liking and sharing today's video, while also subscribing to our channel so you don't miss out on more great content in the future. Bye guys.